Today, Kristen and I are so pleased to be here with award-winning Jemez Pueblo artist Kathleen Wall. This is such a privilege for us.
That's right. We're here at the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center, and this is where she's going to be offering a workshop coming up in the next couple of weeks. And today, she's going to show us a little bit about working with some clay and doing some pottery.
Yes, we are. We're going to have a lot of fun today. But first, we're going to explain native clays.
Okay.
All these clays on the table are all clay dug from the ground. And it's not just New Mexico clay here. We have clay from Oklahoma. This is a clay I dug while we were on vacation. This is from Pecos area, and it has like some sparkles in it.
Oh yeah.
The northern clays have a lot of micaceous in there. And then this is from Picaris area, and this has a lot of mica in it as well. Yeah, it's all sparkly.
So what does that mean? Does it make it different to work with, or is it just different the way it looks? Or?
Well, when it's sparkly, it has a mica in it, and mica acts as a temper, so you don't need to add as much temper. And this is the temper I use. This is a volcanic ash.
Okay.
This is a clay from Oklahoma, and this is actually the clay I use and that we're going to be using today.
And what is that called?
This is from Jemez Pueblo. This is the clay I make all my pottery
from
with.
your
Yes, so we did get on the south side of our village, and a lot of people in the village work with this clay. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so here we have semi-processed clay.
Okay.
This is the Jemez clay, and it's ground down, and I have a cousin of mine do this with a cornmeal grinder, and then he sifts it through a very fine sieve.
Oh.
And then what we do is we have a volcanic ash. And anything acts as, a lot of things act as temper. You can use volcanic ash, you can use the sand. A lot of people use sand in their pottery, or a grog, and you can find a grog. It's kind of like a sand.
Okay.
Or you can...
What does temper
Temper.
do? What does that mean?
Temper allows the clay to breathe. And see, what I'm doing here is I'm sifting it as fine as the clay. I'm going to add some water. What I'm doing right now is I'm just kneading it to make it even. And I'm going to pick up all the loose ends now.
Oh, okay.
So you get the clay, kind of just shape it to your hand. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our thumb in the middle.
Okay.
And we're just turning it around. We're going to try and keep all our walls even, especially on the bottom. Keep the bottom just as even as the top.
Oh, okay. So each.
Yeah. See, when it's starting to break, it just means it needs a little more mending on top. And so you take your thumb and you just mend it a little bit more. The workshop I'm doing is actually going to be a sculptural workshop.
Okay.
Or basically whatever anybody wants to make. I'm just going to be there technically just to make sure everything works out. If they want to build a car, I'm going to try my hardest to, not a giant
your son
car.
likes building airplanes, you said.
Yeah, my son loves to build airplanes. We can build basically anything at certain size and clay. And it's, it's just going to be a lot of fun. If somebody just loves horses, if they
how long
just
is the process? I mean, can they do it all in one workshop, or do they have to come back for several classes?
Yeah, it's a 10-day workshop, but you don't have to come every 10 days. The reason I left it so open is I'm available for those 10 days.
Nice.
And those are the days, you can come and work a little bit, cover it up, and I'm going to teach people how to start something and come back in a little bit later and work on something else. And okay, so let's repair and look.
Is it right?
Yeah, it looks great. You just need to
you take the water and you just kind of smooth it?
Yeah, smooth it out on top.
Okay.
And then just make, you're doing great. Your
This is called a pinch pot?
This is a pinch pot.
Okay. Thank you for the compliment, because I was a little nervous.
You're doing great.
Okay. I need some help. She doesn't want to say it. She just smiles. So getting technical here, what were my little issues there? So what are you working out
It's
here?
mostly keeping the walls even throughout.
Okay.
And then whenever you push in, it'll make a crack. So whenever, what I do was when I pinch on both sides. Whatever I do on one side, I do on the other.
Okay.
So it doesn't ever become weak. See, this is kind of weak because it's cracking so easily. So it has to be mended. So I'm just going over it to make sure you don't have any
weak spots?
Any weak spots.
Oh,
okay.
What are some of the things that we're seeing around here today that we're looking at right here in the cultural center?
This is the large ladies. I actually have those in bronze. Those are what I'm going to have at the market. Behind me is one of my creation stories about the North Star. And I exhibit that with giant stars hanging from the ceiling as well. And we'll just see how that.
I love that. I love the faces. Like I told you, the faces of all of your artwork. They're just
Are we
beautiful
done?
faces. I think I got it.
Oh
What do
my
you
gosh,
think?
we are done.
Am I done or no?
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Let's remind everybody also how they can get involved in doing the workshops with you.
Okay, so you have to contact the IPCC, the Indian Public Cultural Center, and they have a number listed, and they can ask for Kay, and she has all the information to sign up for the workshop.
Perfect.
This is really,
and come
really
see me
cool.
at the Indian Market.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the next step to this would be if we were coming back to do step 2, what would it be? Or step 10?
Step 10, step 20. What I do is I sand it down with sandpaper. Because it's always, I build messy. I don't know. Some people build so smooth and clean and it just amazes me. But I'm a very messy builder and I taught you guys how to be. So what you would have to do is come back with sandpaper and smooth it out.
Got it.
And then I go with a sponge and I sponge it out. And then you can paint it and then put it in a kiln.
That's the fun part too.
And then you need to put it in the kiln and then heat it up. And then
and then it's permanent.
And all the students will go home with their work.
Yeah.
And they'll have their own.
It's not just going to be a pinch pot though. We're going to do whatever they want to do.
We're just making it easy for you know, for the magic of television, of course. And of course, you can find all of Kathleen Wall's work at the Indian Market coming up. That's exciting.
Let's see, what booth am I in? 224.
224. Okay.
Easy enough.
Thank you
Kathleen,
so much.
yes, thank you.
you.
This was a pleasure for us.
I'm glad you had a good time.